Hey everyone, I'm Colleen with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. It's one of the traits of humanity that we always want things bigger and better, and we seem to like that about ourselves. In stories, we often admire characters who answer a call to action and rise out of humble origins to become great heroes. But not everyone is meant to live in the spotlight. Some people are called to live humble, seemingly insignificant lives. Saint Zita was someone like that. Zita was born in a village in Tuscany around the year 1212. Her family was quite poor, and she had to do what she could to support them, even when she was young. At just 12 years old, she became a servant for the Fatinellis, a rich merchant family. The mother of the family allowed her 1 year of education, then appointed an older maid to oversee her as she started her work in earnest. The older maid was bitter about how much people liked Zita and slandered her continually. Zita never defended herself, and the servants allowed themselves to be convinced by the rumors. Many of them treated her with scorn and derision and chose to believe that her outward appearance of goodness was a facade. However, Zita was not perturbed by her failing reputation. Her mother had instilled in her a continual desire to serve God in everything she did, and this manifested in a strong work ethic and great generosity. She woke up very early each morning in order to attend daily mass without affecting her work, and most of the money she made went to her parents or to the poor. What free time she didn't spend in prayer, she spent in study so that she would not be a hindrance to her co-workers. Observing her unceasing effort and humility, the members of the household eventually came to respect her. In recognition of her virtue and her familiarity with the poor, she was allowed to manage the family's almsgiving. She was incredibly generous in her charity, but also very canny, and only gave alms to those who were truly in need. The servants and the family only continued to grow in admiration for her, and she was eventually put in charge of much of the household. Freed from some of her more menial tasks, she found the time to visit the sick, the poor, and those in prison. Zita was particularly attentive to prisoners who were sentenced to death, and she prayed for their souls for hours each day. After 48 years of service to the Fatinelli family, she died peacefully in prayer in the year 1272. Those in her community already regarded her as a saint, but she would not be canonized until 1696. It's a difficult thing to be satisfied with a simple life. We always want to have more, to know more, to acquire power and understanding. These are two hungers it seems we can never sate, which showcase in our faith a kind of irony, that Jesus invites us to separate ourselves from worldly ambition and to embrace an infinite mystery that we can never fully understand. In the end, we can't obtain satisfaction by continually fulfilling our desires, but by accepting the fact that we will never be fully satisfied on earth. Zita was a beautiful example of this acceptance. She remained a servant both to the Fatinelli family and to God for her entire adult life. She may have wanted more, but she contented herself with what she had and inspired everyone around her by her example. Saint Zita, pray for us.